Good morning, OCSL. Please, everybody, rise, and we'll sing our opening song. Lift every voice and sing. Every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day. till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our people sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered, out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the bright gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee, lest our hearts drunk with the wine of the world we forget thee, shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Good morning, beloved community. It's great to see you all here on this glorious day in the Bay Area. I'm Robert Leeds. I use he, him pronouns, and I'd like to thank our talented musicians and friends of the community, Deb Santamaria and Terry Stanley. And let's give some love to our entire AV team. Yay, and our sound engineer, Levi Griffin. Welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. But you already knew that. A special welcome to those of you who are joining us for the very first time. We're so glad you're here in the sanctuary with us. If you are here for the first time, if you could raise your hand and keep it up for a minute, and someone will bring you a welcome packet. Who has those welcome packets today? Usually it's me. Also, a big welcome to everyone who is joining us online. Hi there. You're a valuable member of our community. Remember to sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can learn about all the great things happening here at the Oakland Center. We respectfully acknowledge that here in the Bay Area, we gather on the traditional lands of the indigenous Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded these lands for countless generations. It is our tradition to take a moment to bless our children everywhere that they are. We bless all the children in our community and the world. We love you, we see you, we know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. And so it is. Join our midweek oasis this Wednesday, February 26th. Nancy Hester and practitioner Ron Marshall will go for a deep dive on the topic letting go, a new way of being together. Meditation is at 6:30 and service begins at 7. You can find the Zoom link by clicking on the services link. Our daily reader for 2025 are 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes and 365 Inspirational Daily Guides to Grateful Living by Deborah Perdue. Join us in staying inspired. We are in the season of nonviolence, happening January 30th through April 4th. It's 64 days commemorating the anniversaries of the deaths of Mohandas Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. and honoring their important work. Pick up the beautiful packet with inspirations and daily affirmations at the front table of the sanctuary. We heard from a representative from our nonprofit partner last week, the Oakland Literacy Coalition, and we'd like to share a short video with you about their work. The Oakland Literacy Coalition believes that every child should have the support they need to learn to read. Hit it, Helene.
Let me tell you about my friends at Oakland Literacy Coalition. Their mission is to ensure every Oakland child learns and loves to read. Through a network of community partnerships, they connect families to resources, including high-interest, culturally affirming books to build their personal libraries. They also support school libraries through grants and volunteerism. Through workshops and an annual symposium, they mobilize participants around literacy as a vehicle for social justice. And their site, oaklandreads.org, is a tool for families and caregivers to access actionable info on how to support students on their journeys to becoming successful readers. Here's to you, OLC, for being champions of literacy. Let me tell you about my...
You can visit oaklandliteracycoalition.org for more information. They really are a great organization. We are delighted to welcome back Reverend Dr. Georgia Prescott on March 16th as our guest speaker, followed by her workshop, Just Say No, Hell No to Aging Gracefully. I feel like I embody that. Come join us for a lively and fun workshop in the social hall after service. Visit oaklandcsl.org and select classes and workshops to register. Ramadan begins February 28th. It is the most sacred month of the year in Islamic culture. Muslims observe the month of Ramadan to mark that Allah gave chapters of the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad in the year 610. Our next author panel in the series is Sunday, March 9th, 1 to 3 p.m. Join authors Dr. Jean Hightower, Mark Juarez, Reverend Verona Garland, and Marnie Curry for an entertaining discussion. You can also get signed copies of their books at the event. Save the date. Our sacred Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is turning 80 years old. Woohoo! We're pulling out the stops with an anniversary gala celebration the weekend of September 19th through the 21st of this year. Related events will also be held throughout the year. Stay tuned for more information coming soon. We are the change. Okay, you know you're old when you remember when men used to jangle change in their pockets. Okay, I know a few of these. You know that sound. Well, relive those days of yore by participating in our own coin drive celebrating our 80th anniversary. Bring your spare coins to OCSL, drop them in the designated collection buckets, and that adds up to big change for our community. Together we make a difference by honoring our past and building our future, one coin at a time. Thanks in advance for your participation. Our 2024 giving statements have been processed and distributed. Please check your email, including your spam folder in case it went there by mistake, or your USPS mail. The Spirit Treasure Bookstore celebrates Black History Month with 30% off all books by Black authors. Please visit our website at oaklandcsl.org and sign up for our weekly newsletter, The Village News. Please like us and subscribe to Oakland CSL Today and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook for special updates and content. There's also a CSL member connection Facebook page. Visit csl.org to see what is happening within our Centers for Spiritual Living global organization as well. And now, please stand if you are willing and able, and let's recite together our vision and mission statement. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to inspire and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. Have a great week.
Good morning. My name is Eliza Young, and I'm a licensed practitioner here, and I have 2 readings for you. The first is from Ernest Holmes. The world has reached a dramatic climax in its history. It has unblocked so much of the physical resources of the universe that unless this enormous power is used constructively, it can well destroy it. The world stands on the brink of a great abyss, a terrific regression, or, if it chooses, faces the horizon of a glorious day, a new age. And the second reading is from Desmond Tutu. We are made for goodness. We are made for love. We are made for friendliness. We are made for togetherness. We are made for all of the beautiful things that you and I know. We are made to tell the world there are no outsiders. All are welcome. Black, white, red, yellow, rich, poor, educated, not educated, male, female, gay, straight, all. We all belong to this family, this human family, God's family. So I know that God is all. And so, of course, we all belong. I'm claiming and knowing that everyone here is included when I say this word, God. Everyone, everywhere, because God is all there is. A magnificent power for good and kindness and love and loveliness and joy and creativity. And so I speak my word here, claiming that this service is blessed. The musicians, our marvelous speaker, Reverend Teresa, is bringing us the words of God through her, uplifting us with her voice and her inspiration and energy. The musicians, the ushers, all of you are here to bring this service forth in its wonderfulness, bringing each one exactly what they need to hear and experience. And I include those on the web that are tuned in, that are listening now or later. Everyone here, bring this service together in magnificence. It is blessed, it is good and very good, and I give thanks for it. And so it is.
come in. Doors are fastened and the windows pinned. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. No one said you done lost your track. Can't plow straight and keep looking back. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. We had a golden chain, every link spelled with Jesus' name. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold that chain and never tire. Every round goes higher and higher. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. If you wanna get to heaven, I'll tell you how. Keep your hand on that gospel plow. Keep your hand on that plow and just hold on. Hold that chain and never tire. Every round goes higher and higher. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that plow. Keep your hand on that plow. Just keep your hand on that plow and hold on.
That's beautiful. That's Terry Stanley and the fierce Deb Santa Maria. So beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman. I am the proud spiritual director of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, and I welcome all of you this day. It's so good to have you here. Hi, live streamers. I love you. And as our spiritual leader, Reverend Dr. Sonny Cantrell Smith says, and there's nothing you can do about it. I have a couple of announcements. We're going to have a special chair dedication ceremony, and then I will introduce our speaker. I got an email today. I didn't say I was going to announce this, so I'm going to announce that little thingy. Is that all right, Maureen? Yeah. I thought you could see who I was pointing to. I got this lovely email whenever it was, that I read this morning that said 2 of our practitioners, Megan Lemon and Maureen French, would like to begin offering a Friday prayer hour, a happy prayer hour, like a happy hour, but a happy prayer hour virtually in the evening, and I just felt like it was worth saying. So stay tuned for more information. You know, during these times, we need as much prayer as we can get. We need to come together. So thank you, Maureen, and for Megan for coming up with that idea. I love it. There was something else I was going to say. What was it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so last week we had this beautiful commitment ceremony. How many of you were here? Yay, not as many. Well, I had a lot of people afterwards to ask me, number one, did I write those vows? I did. Spirit wrote it through me. And number two, can I have it? They said, so that we can integrate it into our spiritual practice. So thank you, Steve Carter, for making copies for all of you. They're out there on the table for you to pick up. And I encourage all of you, whether you were there or not, to pick it up and to incorporate it into your spiritual practice. And I also talked about beloved community. And with her permission, Shirley Strong gave me permission to use her 10 principles of beloved community. And that's out there too. So y'all avail that to the front table, and we'll figure out a way to get it online for those of you who prefer that. Okay. So we have a chair dedication that we're doing today. And this was Spirit's idea. I wake up with things and then I run with them. And it's been a lovely journey. We're celebrating 80 years, as Robert said, this year. So we're going to run this program all the way through the year. But it started in the fall of last year, and I gave you the people the opportunity to purchase a plaque to put on the back of a chair. And today we are going to dedicate our first batch of chairs. I'm about ritual and ceremony, so everything is sacred to me in that way. And if we're going to go to the extent to bless and purchase chairs for our loved ones, then I think we need to bless them before they get integrated back into the community. So we're going to do that together today. So at this time, as I describe the process, I will ask, I see at least one person who has a chair over here who's in the audience. If there's anyone here in the audience who has purchased a chair and you've gotten an email from me, I invite you to now get up and come over here to your chair. We're going to give Miss Dottie just a moment. Is there anyone else? There's a couple that will be empty, and there are some folks who have been designated to sit in the chairs, and there's going to be a couple that are empty, but we know that they are being blessed anyway. And we have guests that are here to witness this, so this is just really a special treat. I'm going to take the opportunity to tell you about this because it's an ongoing program. It's not too late for you to get your chair, right? And every time we do this, we're going to bless them in a block. So if you go to our website at www.oaklandcsl.org and go to the events page, you will find a form. You'll see some chairs on an image. Click that, and there's a form for you to register. We have 4 levels, as is shown here. We have platinum for $500. We have gold, which is 5 lines, the platinum. 4 lines for gold, which is $200. Silver is $100 or 3 lines, and bronze is 2 lines. And these are the sample plates that I first purchased. I donated these myself. And I have put those here, right in front. And we put pictures of these individuals on the chairs. And so we're going to dedicate those, and then as I call the names of, I'm going to read the inscription, and I'm going to ask that person to stand and stay standing if you're willing and able. And after we go through all of them, then we're going to say a quick blessing and we'll be done. Is that a deal? Y'all with me? Yeah. Let's take a collective breath in community, because this is a sacred ritual. This is something that we're doing with intention. We're blessing the ancestors, some of them. We're blessing the people who aren't here who have chairs, and those who are, and those who have offered to sit on behalf of. And I'd like to also thank Paul Persuti and Craig Ferguson and Steve Carter for their participation. Steve, raise your hand, and Craig, raise your hand, and Paul may be online. Thank you for your participation with me on this. And I also want to give a shout out to Yuri and Julia for their local minority-owned business that we use for the engraving called Aardvark Laser Engraving. It's right downtown on Broadway off of 17th Street. And they've done many celebrity plaques and different things, and they're just a delight to work with. So this is local that we're doing, which means something. It's really important. And so we start with these honorary plates. In tribute, in honor and tribute, it says, as you see up there, in honor and tribute for your great wisdom and insight, Dr. Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind, Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, September 2024. And that's Ernest Holmes' chair. And if you have any pictures, Helene, of them, you can put it up so people can see it a little better. The next one, in special appreciation and gratitude, Dr. Lillian E. Fox Hopper, founder of First Church of Religious Science and Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, September 2024. The next one. Well, and for those two, it's pretty obvious why I chose those, right? Dr. Ernest Holmes founded the philosophy, and Dr. Lillian Hopper was so instrumental in building this center. The next one, honoring the legacy, Dr. Daniel L. Morgan, September 2024. And I felt this was important because from the moment I got here over 2 years ago, I heard about the Dr. Danners Club. It's a book study that's been going on for 5 years. It's just one book. They've probably read it about 3 or 4 or 5 times. And they are teaching and practicing principle all the time. And the beauty of it is that I had the privilege and the honor. Dr. Dan was one of my first teachers in the Science of Mind philosophy. I took my Science of Mind 1 and 2 classes from him in Los Angeles at Guidance Church of Religious Science. So it made so much sense to honor him. And last but not least, there's lots of people I could have honored, right? And I wanted to start with the 4 because we have 4 categories. Spirit decided to honor myself because it gave me this idea for this program, and I'm the sitting senior minister. So doesn't that make sense to you? Right? So this one says, Reverend Dr. S.M. Coleman, November 28, 2022, which is when I first started here. So now we keep going. The first in this series, and I've organized them by plaque of the platinums, the golds, in that order. So the first one, if you will stand, was ordered by Pam Archuleta, who Larry Wyman is standing in for her. And this chair says, in remembrance of a beloved soul, Reverend Jeff Anderson, there's 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the earth. The next one has such a beautiful story to it. But anyway, this is sitting here in these 2 chairs are Reba and Will Edwards. And this inscription says, honoring Miss Gloria Alexander, member of OCSL since 1995, such a warm, kind, generous person who greets all with a smile. Blessings to you and your family. Now listen to this. They ordered a platinum plaque. I just realized when Craig was affixing the plaques to the chairs that they made 2 plaques for Miss Gloria. They made a platinum and a gold, which tells me, because she had recently transitioned to the other side, that Miss Gloria is an angel on the other side telling them what to do. I want 2 chairs, by the way. So it's such a special blessing. That touched my heart so deeply. The next one is Cheryl Archer. And I'm sorry we don't have, I see that your grandbaby's here. I didn't know she was going to sit with you. So it's honoring you as well. And this one says, in loving memory of Mary G.P., I don't want to get the name wrong, say it for me. Lachman Singh, January 10th, 1920 to December 8th, 2003. Mother of C. Cheryl Archer, our Cheryl Archer, right? Great-grandmother of our Azariah Raynell K. Waltall. The next chair. Doretta Doty Cheney, RSCP, which stands for Religious Science Practitioner Emerita. Art Fernandez, acceptance, faith, trust, belief, and gratitude. The next one. In honor of my family, the Dursts, so this is Vicki Durst that ordered this one. The Dursts, the Petersons, the Hansons, and the Gosh, did I say that right? The Gosh Johansons. Without them, I would never have come to be. With love, Vicki. The next one is one of our dear members, Sage Artist, who is up by Truckee, but she is fierce online support for our community. And I just want you to know, I know you're watching, I love you, Sage. And I appreciate all your service that you do. She posts for us on social media. If you see anything on social media about Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, it's usually coming from her, besides what the youth and family does. So Sage obviously couldn't be here, and she asked Andy Robbins to stand for her. And so hers is Reverend Jeff, in loving memory. We have Miss Dottie Baker, and her plaque says, it just makes me want to pause, Chief Dorothy L. Baker, USA Air Force, October 2024. Listen to this. Miss Dorothy is being honored this coming Tuesday. I am honored to be invited to attend a great honor that I didn't bring my phone, so I don't know exactly, but she is being honored as in her military service in special honors. So this comes at such a special time. Miss Dottie, we love you. This one makes me want to just pause too. Thank you, baby, for standing up. Your grandmother raised you right. Listen to this one. Y'all will know who this is from. Honoring my Grammy-o. Y'all know who that is, right? Mother Lena Mae Dixon. Holy, bold in God. That's me that ordered that plaque from my grandmother, who stands in my heart always. And so obviously I'm not over there, but I will go sit in that chair after a while. And we have our Peggy Cotton couldn't be here on behalf of the AV team, and the AV team are busy doing their thing, but they got together and put together a plaque for themselves, and I invite y'all to do it too. You can share a plaque. This one says, in honor and appreciation for the audio-visual team 2024. Let's give them some love. And y'all over there, if you see an empty seat, you can touch their seat when it's time for us to bless them. The next one is they're all special. Sharon Kravanos. In memory of Virginia Kravanos, with love. Sharon Kravanos, Jennifer, and Ashley Johns. You know Jennifer Johns, don't you? Jen Johns, that's her mother, Sharon Kravanos, and so we have that one. The next one, oh my goodness, I could just narrate all of them, but I won't, is in loving memory of our parents, Wesley and Eula Hester, Hester's Daycare, December 8th, 2024. That's our Nancy Hester. And her sister, Kathy. What's Kathy's last name? Kathy Hester? Okay, she uses Hester. Kathy just lost her husband, Victor. Victor has been coming to this center for many years and had stopped coming and has come back. And he recently passed. So this is a special honor there. The next one, we haven't seen them in a while, the Lanky Schwenke family, the Lange, I'm sorry, Michelle, if I'm botching it. The Lange, how do you say Michelle Lange's last name? Is that right? Anybody know? Okay. Lange Schwenke family, Michelle, Roger, and Maddie. We bless you. Hope you're watching. The next one, our board president, Beth Van Arkel, for my grandkids, Dylan, Rex, Sophia, and Nola. Thank you for all your service, Beth. Reverend Allie Hutchinson, January 31st, 2024. Reverend Allie couldn't be here today, so we bless her. The next one, in loving memory, Frank and Donna Irvin. How many of you remember them? Okay, our own Dorothy Mendez purchased that chair, so thank you so much. And last but not least, she couldn't be here today, Joanne Pierce purchased a chair that says Reverend Jeff Anderson, Bright and Shining Soul. He was popular, huh? There's 3 chairs over there for Reverend Jeff. And so we are going to bless these chairs. I'm going to come over here to y'all. I wrote this down and it's really brief, but I don't want to forget it. Let's just take a breath. Touch a chair if it's empty for people who couldn't be here. And if you're willing, repeat after me. We bless this chair and this dedication and release it into our OCSL community with love and gratitude. And so it is. You may be seated. Thank you for that. And now it is my pleasure and my honor to introduce our speaker this morning, Reverend Teresa Gardner. It's almost been a year. She reminded me that she's been a licensed minister here at the staff minister here at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. And I wanted to introduce her. Y'all, most of y'all know her already. And she is taking a slightly different role, still to remain a staff minister here. Her heart has been touched. You know, I love that when Spirit touches your heart. I always encourage you to listen. She has been touched to listen in and create her own ministry. That is quite a process through Centers for Spiritual Living. Trust me, I've done it before. It's no easy task. Not only are you listening to the download of what Spirit has for you to share with the world, but there are some logistics and things that go with creating a nonprofit organization. She's creating a teaching chapter. And so we're just gonna, not just as in minimally, a teaching, what did I say? Chapter? It's a teaching center. That's a new designation. Thank you for that. But what we're going to do is love Reverend Teresa through this. We're going to be her community, and she's going to be here. She may not be as active as she was, and we're going to love her through it. And so let us welcome, warm welcome, Reverend Teresa Gardner.
Thank you. Get myself situated. Wow. Oh. Hi. Well, I'll just start. Well, I'm Reverend Teresa Gardner. My pronouns are she and they, and I'm just so grateful to be here. It's thank you for introducing me like you did, and can you hear me okay? Okay, good. All right, good. Well, let me tell you, the first thing that Reverend Sunshine Michelle asked me to do is to go over our daily readers. So that's the first thing before I start my talk, before I put my timer on so I know how many minutes I've been. All right, and settle in. We have two great readers that we use, and the 365 Science of Mind. Here we go. There is no individual good. Good belongs to everyone. Good fulfills itself as it multiplies itself. And 365 gratitude, I choose love and light and positivity. I know positive thoughts affect the planet and even the universe in magnificent ways. I have to take my shoes off. That's just all there is to it. All righty. I wondered about that. I had foot surgeries, and so I'm going to go barefoot. Ooh. All right. Well, I'm grateful for a lot of reasons today. I'm grateful to my beloved Jessie, who I live with, and we're on our second round of being together, a new way of coming together, and we have let go and rediscovered each other. We were together back in our 20s. When I was in my 20s, you were in your 30s. And, oh no! So on the way here, I appreciate him so much, and thank you for being here, Jess. He sang a song. He's so good at taking care of me and supporting me. And he put on Kate Wolf in the car. Give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Oh, that was just a beautiful way to journey over here. We come over from just south of San Francisco, so it was just a really good ride, fast ride. Thank you for getting us here in time. My other gratitude goes to Reverend Sunshine Michelle. I watched last week's service from home, and I was blown away. If you haven't seen it, folks online, go back and watch it. Maybe watch it twice. It was a beautiful, beautiful commitment to ourselves, to each other as a beloved community. We are so blessed to be here and have Reverend Sunshine Michelle. I mean, and with that gratitude, I thought I had to go someplace else when I said, yes, I will do what I have been called to do and what this vision that has been prompting me to do. I thought I had to go away to do it. And I turned in my resignation. It was a 60-day resignation. And as soon as I did that, I started to be here more. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I love when I can just witness myself or aware of the great witness of us all watching me. But this is about beloved community, and it's certainly not a time. Let me rephrase that. It is certainly a time to be in beloved community and to have support. If there ever was a time, it's now. So my prayer for this talk is that together, my whole thing is about passion and love. I mean, I am so aware that is what is guiding us here and guiding me here. And so my prayer is for us, as Reverend Kathy Ann Lewis said, that we have an experience of a connection to the lover of our souls. It's an intimate experience. And I didn't always know that. And I also want to have a sense of humor. I take life and my practice pretty seriously. So being barefoot kind of helps, And I have this quote by Andre Leroy Gurhan, who is a paleoanthropologist, who said, I should like to think that the prehistoric human's first invention, The condition of their survival was a sense of humor. Oh, and we got to have a sense of humor now. Let me always be reminded to have a sense of humor, because these are quite the times. And yes, it is the beloved Black History Month. So I got to lean in a little more and look at some beautiful people. Maya Angelou, from the poem Our Grandmothers, where she wrote, "The divine upon my right impels me to pull forward at the latch of freedom's gate." The divine upon my right impels me to pull forever at the latch on freedom's gate. And the Holy Spirit upon my left leads my feet without ceasing into the camp of the righteousness and into the tents of the free. There is an urge of freedom here, of liberation that is embedded within us all. Because we belong to the beloved. We're walking and talking and breathing as the beloved. We're here to delight the beloved. And I've talked before about this urgency of the heart. And that's that pull, that vision that I've been feeling that's been pushing me in quite a bit in pain through my life to rise up and be authentic and to do what is mine to be and do. And there's a lot of being that goes along with that. And Howard Thurman says it, he talks about the hunger of the heart. He said that the hunger of the heart is what the Creator places as its imprimatur on everything that is created, which says that you belong to me and I belong to you. You know, I don't always talk about Jesus, but here is that quote goes on. That one of the things he says that Jesus got in trouble with was that he redefined the meaning of neighbor. It just wasn't local to one's own community, one's family. It expanded beyond to everyone. Everyone. Beloved community. And back to that hunger and that urgency of the heart, you know, I feel it as a kind of a tightening. You know, we notice that things are tightening around us. We're being pushed and pulled into something here, into love. Love of one another. And it starts here. And, you know, we've heard this for so long, right? But it really is about self-love. And the self-love that drove me, that pushed me until it pulled me into, you know, saying, okay, I'll do a teaching center. Can it be small? Let go. Ralph Waldo Emerson talks about Jove nodding to Jove. He says, I feel the same truth how often in my trivial conversations with my neighbors that somewhat higher in each of us overlooks this by play, and Jove nods to Jove from behind each of us. I love that. God calling to God. as we have these trivial conversations with each other, there's this other thing going on here. I found so many good quotes. Thanks for letting me share them. Richard Rohr. Oh, I've been reading his newsletter. Our souls are constituted to turn toward the divine light as a plant turns towards the sun. The impetus of one's entire being never rests until it finds God. I mean, you could say, till it finds God, till it finds love. That universal presence that is our very breath. But back even behind that, there's that Jove nodding to Jove. And there is our wonderful Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, religious science. So thankful, because my life is different. It's different. Being in beloved community, taking the classes, spending my time and treasure and doing the things that it takes to open this place up and open ourselves up to love. Ernest Holmes, it is certain you will have to love your fellow humans if you wish to be happy. Your union with God implies your union with everything. Do not be afraid of this. Do not shun the thought of it. Divine union means union with everything. I've been giving this a lot of thought lately. Of all the distractions. I mean, the distractions are getting more and more and more. It's like, oh my God, take care of my folks. Oh, I got the dog, I got the cats. There's so much. And then there's everything in the world. We're one with everything in the world. That one mind, those thoughts that keep coming through that may not be my thought. As a youth, I was a runaway. And there's still that remembrance in me of running. It's like those distractions, pushing us away from God, pushing them away from that beautiful place within each of us. That's home. That's love. It makes such a big difference to just take that time to just come on home. Come on home, Maggie. That's what's getting us through this time, is holding on, leaning in and holding on to each other. This is the time. Nice to see you, Karen. So it's a new way of coming together. Every moment is new. But this is a new way. That commitment ceremony, man, was that the right timing? It sure was for me. Was it the right timing for you to say, okay, I stand for myself. I stand for and won't run from this love that has been saying, hey, I stand in community. I was running off again. To know that I can be supported for who I am and what I'm up to in life, that's what we're doing here, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I felt like I could sit down next to Reverend Sunshine Michelle this morning. It's like it's a big deal that we have each other here. I'm so grateful. Mm-hmm. I've thought about putting a workshop together. Who do we choose to be Like, who do we choose to be in these times? Because that commitment ceremony was a choice. Who are we choosing to be? Do we choose to be loved? Do we choose to recognize who and whose we are? I love that. I wasn't raised with that, who and whose we are. My grandmother knew who I was. But we are feeling that urgency of the times, for the heart to awaken and to grab hold of each other, to step up with what is in each of us. There is something that has been pulling us, because we're not here by mistake. We're here for a reason, for a purpose. Whatever that is, just loving thy neighbor, loving thyself and loving thy neighbor. It's a big deal. It means a lot in the world. I have a favorite quote by Anais Nin. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Feels like a risk to show up how we are, who we are, to let our messy selves hang out, to show up. I can remember when I first came here and crying. Maureen mentioned this in her talk, but I did that too. Maybe it wasn't right away, but I hit a spot and I put on my dark glasses and bawled my eyes out, kind of loud, actually, in the back row. That's what we are together. Bring your messy selves here, bring your celebration here. Yeah. Thankful. I was speaking with a friend yesterday on the phone, Jesse's best friend, actually. And I told her, what a beautiful vessel you are for the divine to delight itself. Oh, let us show up this way. Let us show up this way together, recognizing who we are and this one beautiful, glorious power that brings us here, that we are never alone, that we can remember in this tightening, oh yeah, right, it's pushing me to stand up, to choose love. Who do we choose to be? How do we choose to be? Give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up to tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Love is all there is. Let's take it to prayer. Thank you. So grateful to be here, to come together today to affirm there is this one source of life. Oh my God. In the midst of everything, it is always present. The holy, divine, right here. Oh, God. Always right here. We take a breath and we come home and we remember. And we let our hearts just fill up to overflowing. We know, we feel safe and secure. We know that we are guided as this one guides us. That our faith is present. That holy, divine presence. Right here, right now. Oh, settle in. Settle in. It may be a bumpy ride, but I will not, I shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Love holds us in its lap. And each of us here, we have our part to play. And we open up. We open up and let it ourselves blossom. Acknowledging the one is our life, and this voice is the voice of God that comes in and as me and in and as you. And there's only one of us here. So today, we accept ourselves as the beautiful beloveds of the beloved. Kindness, loving kindness for ourselves. We let go. We let ourselves come together in a new way, a fresh way. We let those walls that we created just simply go away. Be together in this sanctuary of life and love. So grateful to know this is my life, this is our life, this is our life. Ooh, and I call it good, and I call it very good. I'm thankful and grateful. So I let go. Deep trust right here, right now. Let go. Let God. Let love. And so it is.
And continuing in this word, and joining in this prayer, spoken by Reverend Teresa, I bless each and every prayer request in this prayer box that Maureen French holds, knowing that even before the prayer was uttered, the answer was already revealed. Because God works instantaneously. If we believe it anytime, we believe it all the time. Even when we feel like we don't believe it, we can turn to our faith over and over and over. And so I give thanks for answered prayer this morning. I give thanks for our nonprofit partner this month, the Oakland Literacy Agency, who is teaching children to read, which is everyone's right. I give thanks for this Oakland Center for Spiritual Living in every place where truth is taught, where truth is uttered, where truth is known, whether it's kneeling by a bedside, whether it's in a temple or a mosque, whether it's on a Sunday, a Saturday, or any other day in between, whether it's at night or in the morning, God is always God. And I bless that connection, that divine connection. I bless our Mother Earth. Oh, Holy Mother, Pachamama, we love you. We send you our love, and our prayers this morning are our knowingness of your healing and restoration. Thank you for holding us, and we hold you back. I bless all who are on this prayer list that our practitioners are praying on behalf of. And as I call these names, let's know together that there is fulfillment, there is peace, there is harmony, there is health, well-being, perfect divine action, there is clarity, there is wholeness, peace of mind, abundance, prosperity, divine resolution, harmony, protection, safety, whatever is needed, I know in the power of this prayer it is provided. I know this for Barbara Tompkins, for Mimi Dow, for Billy Schvelt, for Dow Michu, for Philip and family, Amanda, John Russell and his family, Roger Karstens and his hostage team. I know this for the United States of America. I know this for all countries on this planet, all places and spaces, every nook and cranny. I bless Sonia Reed. And I turn my attention to those who have stepped to the other side of the veil, knowing that life is eternal, that wherever we are, God is. Blessing our ancestors now and their families in peace and comfort. Knowing with our Peggy Cotton, our practitioner, that as she releases Miss Rita, that there is peace and comfort and harmony and love, and that Miss Rita is dancing on the other side, and that she fulfilled her 103 years so well. Blessing with peace of mind Gene Hightower as he releases his mother, June. Blessing the family of Miss Gloria Alexander, who is partially here today, knowing that we continue to lift her, our precious angel. Blessing our dear, sweet Paul Pursuti in the transition of Stephen Aum. Blessing all the family and friends and loved ones and neighbors that are gathered around him right now, that were gathering with him this weekend, as he celebrates the livingness of Stephen. And I bless Kathy Hester in the transition of her husband, Victor. Blessing Nancy Hester, Victor's sister-in-law, knowing that Victor is in the hands of the ancestors and the angels with smooth and easy and grace. And so now is the time, beloveds, where I invite you to speak your name aloud into this vibration, this vortex of love and prayer, and the names of anyone for whom you are praying on your heart. Speak it now, if you will. And as the names continue to come, we know that God continues to come to the situation, whatever it is. There is no big or small in God. There simply is the healing, miracle-working power of the Holy Presence, which I know is happening right here and right now. And so in this total gratitude together, as we have co-created this prayer together, we release this word. Say, if you will, I release this word.
I release this word.
I release it into the divine ethers, knowing that love and law combined with it, knowing that it is done already. It is done. It is complete. It is already manifested. We believe it in advance, knowing that it showers us in the best possible way. With praise and honor, we rest this word and let it be. And together we declare, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen. Praise God. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Reverend Teresa.
I'd like to take a moment and ask Helene to bring up a slide. Helene, will you bring up this slide for me? This is the community practice that I've been leading for almost 3 years. Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 7:45. It's on Zoom. It's a beautiful way to start your day or come together. You can talk to me, you can email me for the link, or there's the link, but it's just a great day to really ground in and celebrate the day. It helps in these times right now. It certainly helps me. All right, well, thank you very much.
And now, beloveds, is our time of conscious giving. Yay! This is our opportunity to go within and to give from our infinite source, to allow Spirit to tell us what to give and how to give, and to get into the giving game. Whether it's a little or nothing is too small for Spirit. share with your spiritual community. And you know what happens when you give? What happens? You say it again. You receive. When you give, you receive. There's the law of circulation that happens. So that's what I mean by getting into the giving game. So we have lots of ways that you can give. We have envelopes in the seat pockets. And for these folks over here with the chairs, you know, these don't have pockets, but there's a basket right up here at front if you need any of those things. And for those of us who, it's not too late actually to give a pledge if you haven't already. We have pledge cards in the pockets, and you can also donate online, which we'll show you how to do. For those of us who are already pledgers, we like to get into the activity of giving, and we like to bless our gift. And we have these things in the pockets also for people who want to be able to participate so that you can have something to bless. We have QR code in the pocket for those of you who want to take your phone out and take a picture of it. And if you go to onliners, and anyone here who wants to donate online, go to oaklandcsl.org, and when you do so, click the donate button, and it will take you to this page where you can donate by credit card, you can mail in by U.S. mail your offering, you can give by Zelle, you can give by text, and shortly we're going to invite you up to the basket should you want to do that. So let us now together, you know, we love affirmations, don't we? Let us declare our affirmation together. Put your gift over your heart. If you don't have a gift today, put your hands over your heart, and let us say this affirmation together. I freely give what I have, and the divine source multiplies it in return. And so it is. And so Deb and Terry are going to play some more music, and we welcome you forward to the baskets. Come on up.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Yeah, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Yeah, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Yeah, I I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Yeah, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Yeah, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Oh, thank you to our marvelous musicians. And thank you to everyone who helped put this service together. Our speaker, thank you, Teresa, Reverend Teresa. And our tech team and everyone, all of you as well. So, if you are new here and you didn't get a welcome packet, please pick one up on your way out in the foyer. We have those, and plus some other printed materials that Reverend Sunshine spoke to. So, after the service, we are here to pray with you in the prayer room. The practitioners are here. You can have a brief prayer to celebrate something, or if you have a tender spot in your life or a sorrow, we will pray with you to shift that and be with that as you wish. And if you would like a longer session, you can go to the education building there. We have a panel there with our cards and information to connect with us. You can also request prayer through the Ministry of Prayer. You can call on the phone, or there's the box that Maureen brought up here. You can write out a prayer and put that in the box and have it announced on the pulpit, or not. You can just have a practitioner. We pray for those who ask for 2 weeks. And now we have our closing affirmation, which is right there. Join me. I let go and let God guide a new way of being together in this world. My faith carries me beyond any doubts or fears. We need and all entire as newness bursts through these turbulent times to create something fabulous and spectacular. And so it is. And now the Schulte family is going to come forward and tell us about the principle for Season for Nonviolence. And today is friendliness.
Hello. I'm Julie Schulte. This is my daughter, Vanessa Schulte. And I have 2 other cuties in the audience or the congregation, Margot Schulte and Kaya Schulte. And also my sister, Vanessa's aunt, is visiting from Minnesota. And so she's with us today as well. The season of nonviolence is upon us. On day 25, February 23rd, I'll do a reading on friendliness. Do you know that strangers are simply friends you haven't met yet? Expand your circle of friends today. Meet someone new. Say hi to 5 people you don't know. Or just be friendly to someone that you have never before made the effort.
Friendliness is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find but lucky to have. friends are a very fortunate thing to have in your life, and they are something that can support you throughout your whole life and are just a piece of your identity's puzzle. And they will influence you, and they will lift you up and be there for you in good times. Even just having one friend not as close as someone to lean on, but it is very fortunate to have that.
Thank you.
What do I say?
Thank you.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm